Hello there, name's Samuel, and today I bring you a story about a DM who basically lied to his players about an item just so he could possess one of them. Let's roll for tail. Am I just salty, or is my DM not managing the story correctly? Okay, because this story's characters are similar in their class and race, I will refer to them with appropriate numbers. So the story starts with our party traveling by ship in order to cross a big ocean dividing the two lands. We were about level 5, me being a wizard and my friends playing as 2 monks and 2 fighters. Yeah, I know, what a diverse group. Anyway, as we were traveling, a strange melody, which was caused by sirens, a redesigned version of the harpy used by RDM to make a similar encounter while keeping the underwater theme, lured the ship's crew along with 2 of our party members. Me and Fighter 1 were almost lured but managed to lock the door of the storage space before we could proceed any further. Fighter 2 nearly jumped as Monk 1, who succeeded on the saving throw, grabbed him and tied him up with a rope. Monk 2 jumped down and was nearly brought to the bottom of the ocean by the harpies. After Monk 1 tried to help us regain our consciousness by slapping the hell out of us, he managed to persuade the fighter to dive and try to rescue Monk 2, in which he succeeded. As he was being pulled up by the string we tied him to so we could be sure he wouldn't die, a bunch of weird sea creatures started to appear in 2 waves. Wave 1 consisted of 8 enemies, while Wave 2 consisted of 11. They slowly started climbing our ship and walking on the deck, spears in hand. As I was pretty low on HP, I decided it was time to devise my master plan. A while back we had defeated a necromancer whose scepter was a powerful magical item. We decided to use his skull and create an all-powerful scepter which, according to the DM, made all spells deal only necrotic damage and dealt an additional d4 for all necromancy spells. Not that bad of an item at this level, but knowing my DM, I suspected that there would be something wrong with it. I rolled multiple investigation checks, one of them being a nat 20 along with my +8 modifier should be pretty trustable. He said the same thing he told us about it the previous time and continued on narrating. So, when the time came for me to use it, I thought that I could turn the fireball's damage to necrotic and use it against a crowd of enemies while not hurting our ship. Materials are immune to necrotic damage. Instead, an army of black smoke undead was released which killed everything except our party on sight while the scepter burnt my left hand and after that my right one as I proceeded to hold it still in order to maintain control of the black smoke undead army. After that, the army surrounded the rest of the party and pretty much scared the hell out of them. At that moment, a black cloak appeared and covered me in an attempt to possess me. The cloak pulled me upward and as I slowly became a dark figure, I approached the party and fused with the smoke to create an illusion of a dragon head. My party immediately recognized it as we had engaged with him in a fight and eventually killed him, struggling to remain alive in the process. Anyway, the dragon talked about a curse and slowly disappeared, creating an object similar to a sphere that was extremely dark but seemed like a very reflective surface. That was when the DM told me I disappeared in the darkness, along with everything else that had threatened the party. Fighter 1, being a dwarf, kicked it as far as he could, knocking it back and creating a vision for the rest of the party which basically pictured me walking and getting on my knees along with other people who seemed a lot like necromancers. I had also picked the school of necromancy while our main antagonist was one. Yeah, I know, bad life decisions. They were all bowing down to a man in a throne and the vision ended with me looking at them with a faceless expression, indicating that I had probably been possessed. Now, may I add the fact that after using the staff to perform the spell, my DM never asked me for a single save. He basically took control of my character by telling me a lie about a magic item which we ourselves had created, then sent me to a place I can do nothing about and told me to roll up a new sheet. All that story and connecting and bonding between the party for the DM to ruin it by sending me to the Shadow Realm or something. The party was pretty upset as I was the only one able to control the ship and every other person had attack spells apart from me, who had a mixture of everything. The session ended with Monk 2, who I could have easily stabilized with Toll the Dead or help with my healing supplies and +8 in medicine, grasping to breathe and being between life and death, and the other characters got in an argument about the sphere. TLDR, DM lied about an item so I would use it and get banished and possessed for a long time for whatever reason, and now my party is in desperate need of help as I have no way of introducing my new character in the ship. The end. So, cutscenes in D&D are a tricky subject because they can be good when handled excellently, but absolutely horrible when handled poorly. Either way, it's never a good idea to just take away player agency as you off their character. Click that like button if you liked the video, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see y'all next time.